High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown.
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie.
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Narario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the home of the Arlington Colts for another great District 8-6A tilt as the Sam Houston Texans have made their way over from East Arlington to take on the Arlington Colts. The pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius is coming up right after this, so copy the link, hit that share button. We'll be right back with some Texas high school baseball. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Colt Field, the home of Arlington High School and the home of this evening's Colt baseball broadcast. The Martin Warriors are taking on the Bowie Volunteers over at the home of the Volunteers. That game is also live on the Zap Network. If you're looking for that game, just pop back over to the live section. But if you're here for the Colts, welcome. It should be a fun one. I am Zach Arnold bringing you tonight's ball game. It's Faculty Appreciation Night. So as the starters get announced, they're also bringing out their favorite teacher to honor them as a part of Faculty Appreciation Night. It's a really cool sight to see. National Anthem's about to get underway, but before we do that, I want to say a quick hello to my cohort, Cameron Wilcox, on the call with me tonight. Cam, welcome aboard. Glad to have you for tonight's ball game.
It's great to be here. Great to be here.
Arlington comes in with a 3-1 district record. Sam Houston got a thrilling walk-off win on Friday against the Bowie Volunteers. You were present for a part of that series, so you're familiar with a few of these Sam Houston players, and they're going to be taking on the Arlington Colts here tonight.
Yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with them, especially Michael Soto. He had a pretty good game the other night. I mean, the night that I was able to see those guys, you know, they had that 1-0 lead going all the way into the 7th.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the guy that they had out there, he went 6 2/3, and unfortunately, everybody else that they brought in couldn't get the job done. But
Yeah.
they gave the Arlington Bowie team a real run for their money, though.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of a run they can give to Arlington High, who swept the Halton Buffaloes in their first week of district competition and then had to split with South Grand Prairie in last week's action. There's a little bit of a shakeup in the lineup and the defense, which we will get to when that time comes. But Coach Brian Womack continues to look for ways to improve this Arlington High baseball team, whether that is with different pitching staff, with different defenders. His goal is to get back to the playoffs. His goal is to defend that district title. And even though we're in district season, there's still some of that finagling, if you will, in order to make sure that you have the best team possible day in and day out.
Well, I think that that's probably the best way to look at it, because this is the second time that I'm going to see Danny on the mound.
Yeah.
And you got to see him do, his second no-hitter. How was that?
Pops was on the call for that one. I was actually across town, unfortunately, for that game. His second perfect game of his career against the same team in the same ballpark, which is just ridiculous.
Right.
We're not going to hold him to that type of standard in every single ball game,
Right.
but it is something that we can try to look forward to as we progress into this season.
Well, that's the thing that I was bringing it up for, because the first time I saw him, he didn't have his best control.
National anthem time, and then we'll continue our thoughts right after this.
Thank you.
Honoring our nation's colors and those who serve to defend it. Cameron, you're very familiar with that, having been a military man yourself.
Absolutely. I did about 8 years of saluting the flag and 2 tours to Afghanistan serving this country. So I'm very proud of that, actually. And I just wanted to finish my thought. I kind of ended on a kind of a negative thing there. I didn't want to be very critical of Bustamante. I just wanted to say I want him to get out to a really good start today. And I think that that's very important, because he does have the talent. He has the arm talent to get these guys out to a good start. So as long as he's under control and comfortable on the mound, his defense, I mean, headed by Kernal out there, and also Murphy at shortstop. I think, Abe and Axel behind the plate. I think these guys are really built for another title.
Yeah, the last time I saw Danny, he was over at South Grand Prairie last week, and he went the distance, did a complete game, 7 innings with just 1 run allowed, and Arlington was able to put across 2 runs to give him the win 4-2-1, and that gave the Colts their 3rd district win. We won't talk about the 12 runs that they gave up here at Colt Field last week. We're going to talk about what kind of run production we'll be looking for, but first, the Colt defense as we get ready for first pitch here at Colt Field. The defense for Arlington around the horn behind Danny Bustamante. Abe Alvarado will be getting the start over at first base, switching from the hot corner Over at second base is Simon Hercules. He'll be playing second, but not be in the batting lineup. He'll be DH for by Quiros. Adam Tayara gets the start at third base. He'll play the hot corner. It's a place that head coach Brian Womack says that he has practiced frequently, and so he says that is his spot, and he is ready to play it. Colin Murphy will play shortstop. Joel Gamez will get the start in left. Gannon Howard will get the start in center. And Payne Kernal will round out the defense for Arlington. As you mentioned, Axel will be behind the plate. Fans, as we get ready for this first pitch and open up the game, we remind you to open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows and Doors, our first pitch sponsors all season long. Sebastian De La Rosa is playing center field and leading things off for the Sam Houston Texans. They got a walk-off win against the Bowie Volunteers at their home opener. They had to play both of their games at South Grand Prairie to open up district because their field wasn't ready. So their first home game last week was a win, and they're looking to try to carry that momentum with a 1-3 overall district record, led by Coach Perez. De La Rosa will be followed by the shortstop Marcos Lopez, and the pitcher today, Mark Ramos, batting for himself, will bat third. On the mound is Danny Bustamante. The lefty De La Rosa digs into the batter's box. Busta agrees on the pitch. And it is a called strike one to start the ball game at 6:59 p.m. First pitch. We are underway at Colt Field. Next pitch is a called strike again, and he's quickly ahead 0-2.
Pitchers count right off the bat, like I said, getting out to a good start.
He'll deliver that one high and away for a 1-2 count, but it's going to be important for him to get ahead in the count early in these at-bats, I think.
That way he has a lot of options.
That one will get fouled back, and it'll stay 1-2.
You know, keep that batter on his heels, especially a lefty.
Defend the plate as much as you can.
He's going to have to do that now that he's down 1-2 in the count.
Swing and a miss. That is strike three and out number one for Bustamante.
Yeah, he's looking real confident up there. He's reaching back really far and letting that fastball go. I mean, out of the 4 pitches he threw, I think 3 of those were fastballs.
I think at least 3 of them were fastballs.
Absolutely. That last one was absolutely a fastball going past De La Rosa.
That'll take us to Marcos Lopez starting shortstop today. And he'll foul that one off to start his at-bat.
If anybody parked over there in that area, they're not in the best place.
I made sure to park a little further away from that. Both teams in their cream jerseys today. It's a very clean look. Arlington debuting their new jerseys from the beginning of the season. And that one is a bit too high. The Texans in their red cream jerseys with Texans across the chest. Arlington in their cream jerseys with green accents. Looks like Christmas out there. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's overpowering a lot of these guys at the top of this lineup. He is not playing around with that fastball. What do you think? About what, mid-80s?
It has to be at least 80s. I think he was hitting 82 as a junior, so he's got to be around 85 or so. I wish we had a speed gun, but those things cost $300. Swing and a miss, and that's another strikeout. 2 up, 2 down, both of them on Ks.
Yeah, high fastball. Like I said, he's feeling it today. I can tell. He's feeling it today. It's a nice sunny day out, too.
It is.
The weather's really good. It's a nice baseball day.
That'll take us to the pitcher, Mark Ramos. Pitcher versus pitcher in the 3-hole spot. And the Grayson College commit delivers a called strike to make it 0-1.
Yeah, if you're in that batter's box over there, I mean, in that on the hole spot, you need to be paying attention.
That one will get fouled out of play, and it is very quickly another pitcher's count. He's been ahead in the count all 3 at-bats so far.
And when they're fouling it off, it's obvious they're behind that fastball.
They are. Gets him chasing on the high heater, and it doesn't get more efficient than that. Strikes out the side in order to take us to the bottom of the first inning. This is high school baseball on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe and Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
To the bottom of the first we go, and it didn't get more efficient than the way it was before. Bustamante strikes him out in order, and he'll be leading things off for Arlington's lineup. What's the rest of the Arlington lineup look like, Cameron?
Well, we have Danny Bustamante, of course, leading off as the pitcher. We have Gannon Howard in the second hole. Axel Alvarado batting third. And as our cleanup batter, we have A.B. Alvarado, Payne Kernal coming in fifth. In the sixth hole, we have Corbin Keyrose as the DH. Colin Murphy playing shortstop and batting seventh. Joel Gamez, our left fielder, batting eighth. And to clean it all up as our ninth hitter, saving the best for last, Adam Tayara.
Keyrose will be batting for Hercules, who's not in the lineup but will be in defensively. Speaking of defensively, for Sam Houston, Borrego is at first, Zadaran is at second, Jimenez is at third, Lopez is at short, Quintero's in left, De La Rosa is in center, and Umansor is in right. And behind the plate, it's Angel Salgado catching for number 12, Mark Ramos. First pitch is a slider, too low for ball number 1 to Bustamante.
Well, Mark Ramos starting out slow.
It's a good comeback pitch there to make it 1-1. Worth noting, we got to give credit where it's due. For the first time in a long time, there is a collegiate baseball commit coming out of Sam Houston High School. The man on the mound, Mark Ramos, has committed to Dallas Northlake Community College. Congratulations, young man.
Congratulations.
1 ball and 2 strikes. It has been a culture shift under Coach Elijah Perez at Sam Houston, and that culture is finally showing some payoff as you don't just have players that are coming here to play baseball for Sam Houston, but they're looking at opportunities to play at the next level as well. So hopefully Ramos is the first of many coming out of this club.
Especially when you have somebody coming out, that brings scouts to the games.
Right.
That way they're looking for more talent.
Speaking of which, this talent will put it right to third base. It's a long throw across the diamond, and it is not in time as Borrego took his foot off of the base, and it will put Bustamante aboard. We're going to have to call it an E3. That was a good throw by Jimenez, but Borrego pulled his foot off of the bag.
Well, the way that Bustamante hustled down that line, I was thinking he might have just outran it.
He might have just legged it out.
Picking him up and putting him down. But if you're going to give it an E3, I'd have to agree with you. You got a little bit more knowledge on it than I do. I see you.
If they had just straight up called him safe but not did the sweeping motion that his foot came off,
absolutely
would have been an infield single.
All right.
And this is Howard sending it up the first baseline. This is a good bunt, and they are going to beat him over to the bag, but it will move Bustamante into scoring position. So it'll be, I want to say, the first baseman.
Bunt?
Did the first baseman grab that? I believe
he
did. So that is going to be a 3 unassisted sac BU to move the runner into scoring position for Axel Alvarado, batting somewhere in the ballpark of 400 this season.
Let's get him, Axel.
Getting aboard roughly 40% of the time
Yeah.
is ridiculous at any level.
Last time I saw him, he went 3 for 4. Let's see what he does today.
He'll take a look at a ball 1 inside there.
He's a big bat in that third hole.
He's been in the top 3 to 5 the entire season. I think the lowest he's batted is 5th. Been in the cleanup position before, but now Coach Womack sliding him into that 3 spot so that the defense has to face him the first time around.
Absolutely.
Ball 2 outside, and his on-base percentage is really impressive as well, because as a catcher, you have an understanding of the strike zone, and it really helps you with your eye at the plate.
Yeah, they can't fool him up, down, or left, right, inside, out.
He does take a cut at this one inside, and kind of frustrated with himself a little bit there as he fouls that one off for a 2-1 count.
Yeah, you got to open them hips up. That's what he's doing over there, taking his cuts outside. He's trying to open them hips up and go with that ball. He wanted to pull that inside pitch. He's a very smart hitter.
The 2-1 is now 2-2 as he fouls that one straight back.
I mean, that's a good position for him also, you know what I'm saying, because he tends to bring that RBI around. He's got a man in scoring position. He's looking to hit the ball hard somewhere. I promise you that.
Danny's Tia Norma is in the YouTube chat cheering him on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Donna Nipper's in the chat as well as he fouls that one off. Donna Nipper, I don't know if you've heard me call that name before, Cameron. She has been a loyal viewer of Zap since before we even incorporated video. She was watching our audio streams back in the old Mixler days and has followed us through Facebook and YouTube. Been a longtime supporter of the Arlington Colts.
Oh, thank you so much for listening.
2-2 here for Axel as he takes a look at ball 3 high and away. He's worked it full now.
He does more than protect. If you make a mistake, he's going to make you pay, I promise.
They're going to feign in Bustamante's direction as the second baseman Zadaran tried to creep up behind him there. It's a countdown on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3, 2, 1. And the payoff pitch. He's going to put this in play down the left field side, and it is going to drop in fair. Here comes Bustamante as Axel Alvarado will get the RBI single to left, and Arlington's up 1-0.
That was such a good play. I mean, he threw his hands out and took that ball down the left field line. It fell in fair, and he got that RBI that they were looking for to get up to a 1-0 lead early in the first.
And run support is something that Bustamante is definitely going to be grateful for. That only gives you more confidence the deeper into a ball game you get. So 1 on and 1 out for the cleanup hitter, A.B. Alvarado. Ramos's first pitch to him is too high for ball 1. Cameron, would you mind handing me those binocs real quickly, please?
Absolutely.
Just a bit out of my reach. I want to believe we've got a courtesy runner at first base.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's number 8. Jacob Frias running for the catcher. As it is a 2-0 count now to AB at the plate.
Yeah, Frias, he's the runner of choice. I think I've seen him on the base path a couple of different times. He does a pretty good job of running those base paths.
And he's off and running here, and he'll get a steal of second base on the called strike to AB.
Like I said, he's pretty good on those base paths. He dove in there head first for that stolen base. I'm not sure exactly where he is in the stolen base category, but I'm pretty positive he's moving up the
charts.
Exactly.
2 balls and a strike to AB with a man in scoring position now. And the next pitch is low and away. A hitter's count to AB Alvarado.
Soto's he's a commit, and he's a smart pitcher. Unfortunately, right now he needs to attack this. Number 4 hitter.
He attacks the strike zone, and AB makes him pay for it, but a great line-out grab by Sebastian De La Rosa creates out number 2. Credit where it's due. That was some hustle out there in center field. Goodness gracious.
He's got to depend on his outfielders. He's got to depend on the guys behind him to make a play. He's got to give him a chance.
De La Rosa has that range, and credit where it's due. That is a L8 in my book. That is a hot shot line out to center field. Should have dropped in for a double, but De La Rosa keeps it a 1-0 game, and there's 2 away for Payne Kernal. First pitch to him is a bit too high for ball number 1.
That's what these Colts are doing, though. They're making him work for it.
That one is going to be a base hit to right field. Frias is on his horse. He's coming around from third, and he's going to score. Kernal delivers an RBI single to right, and it's 2-0 Arlington.
That was all set up by that stolen base.
It was.
So we get a sack bunt for a manufactured run to get Alvarado an opportunity to hit one hard. And then Frias steals a base on the pinch run. And then we come up and we get our number 5th hitter, Kernal, with a shot to right field to make it 2-0.
They're going to check on the runner over at first as Corbin Quiros waits for his first at-bat of the evening.
He's probably looking to steal a base, too. That's why they got to hold him.
Swing and a miss from Quiros for strike number 1. Oh, 1 count as Kernal is off and running. It's low and in the dirt. The throw down to second is not going to be in time, and that is the second stolen base of the evening. This one for Payne Kernal.
Got a fast lineup. They have a fast lineup. They have a smart coach out there telling them, you know, giving them leadership. I mean, they're a hard team to beat.
And Quiros will look at a ball here to make the count 2-1 now to him.
That's what you want to look for. 2 outs. You want to look to score as many as you can. Get Soto in trouble.
One will get fouled off, and it'll be 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A man on base number 2 for Corbin Quiros. Almost going to step off the back of the pitcher's plate and call for some new signs.
They say you have a saying for the twos out there.
The deuces are wild.
Okay.
And he gets Quiros to swing and miss at it. First strikeout of the evening for Ramos, and the inning is over, but not before Arlington is able to plate 2 in the bottom of the first inning. We're headed to the second, and Arlington will now play with a lead here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
The second inning is presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need a cast iron replacement specialist at 817-807-7069. Serving Arlington for over 16 years. Taking over the play-by-play is my partner, Cam Wilcox.
I appreciate it, Zach. So, first and foremost, coming out of that first inning, Bustamante, he 3 up, 3 down with 3 Ks. He started out very, very well. So we have up to the plate first the DH, Michael Soto. In the batter circle, in the warm-up circle, we have Noah Borrego, and then in the hole we have Angel Salgado. The first pitch was a strike. He comes out fast again, Bustamante, with the second pitch. Pitchers count 2-0, 0-2. He's looking for his 4th K of the day here. Reaching back again. He throws low and inside. Another fastball for ball 1. Counts coming up 1-2. He's still looking in good place.
He's just got a lot of confidence up there.
Absolutely. He's got a lot of confidence as he delivers another fastball that's fouled towards the Sam Houston bench as they all duck in fear.
Yeah, they occupy first base. And
let's get behind that barrier.
Arlington occupies third base here at Colt Field.
Right, as Bustamante gets ready for the next pitch, he gets the signal into his windup. Fastball. Ball to second base for the easy routine ground ball by Zadaran to, oh, I apologize.
Hercules.
Right, Hercules to AB for the nice easy routine 4-3 put out.
And that's the first time the defense has had to do anything. 3 strikeouts in a row. It's finally put in play and gives them something to do.
Well, he was behind that fastball, and it went to second base as he delivers his first pitch to the next batter, Noah Borrego, I apologize, for a strike 1 swinging. Second pitch of the at-bat, a little bit outside, another fastball, ball 1. Snake eyes. He gets the signal. Bustamante delivers. Ground ball again to Hercules for a second out of the inning. They're behind that fastball. They're hitting it right to second.
They're having some trouble with that.
Yeah, Hercules is having a field day over there. So 2 up, 2 down. We're trying to make quick work of this Sam Houston batting lineup here as we go to Angel Salgado, the catcher.
Back-to-back Angels in the Sam Houston lineup.
As Bustamante throws the first pitch in the dirt, he rolls to the backstop, he gets a new ball, and he's ready for the second pitch. 1-0 count, 2 down.
Looked like a slider on that one there, and he just let go of it a little too late, and it caromed away. Luckily, nobody's on board, so that wouldn't count as a wild pitch.
Right. As he throws his second pitch for another ball. This is the first time that he's been down in the count. He's 2-0 now.
Another slider, and he's just working on the placement of that pitch right now.
And that's what I think he's doing. He's been throwing that fastball inside for a strike 1. He's been throwing that fastball so well, I think he's trying to work on some other things now that he's gotten into a rhythm. As he throws another fastball for strike 2.
And he's worked the count back even now. Deuce is wild.
Yeah, I love that. Deuce is wild. He's gotten his signal. Let's see if it's a fastball. It is not. It is a curveball on the outside corner. He tried to catch that edge and possibly tried to get him a chase a little bit going into a full count.
I was about to say, wanted him to chase, and now he's going to ask for a new ball. I think he was trying to get Salgado to chase, and credit where it's due. Salgado, the catcher, knew what the strike zone was and laid off there.
Yeah, we gave Axel credit when he was up there. So let's see what Salgado does with this payoff pitch. Well, he fouls it back to the backstop, you know, changing that pace.
Usually when a player hits it straight back like that, it's because he had the timing right, but he didn't square it up on the barrel of the bat. So that time he did have the timing. He just wasn't able to put it in play.
Well, I think that Bustamante is doing a good job of change of pace as he delivers his last pitch on the payoff, a little high on that fastball, and he gives up a base on balls to Salgado.
Salgado will likely get a courtesy runner that comes in for him as he was issued that free pass. That is number 20 running, Dan Santillan.
As we have our next batter, the second angel, Quintero, our left fielder. First pitch, foul back to the backstop. That's the thing. When you're in that on deck circle, you need to get the timing of that fastball because he's got it humming. So, and he's not necessarily holding back.
And I think he needs to rely on that for the time being in order to get the punch-outs he needs.
Right, as Salgado takes a small lead. Ball to Hercules again. He makes an easy play, flicks it over to second for the force out.
What a great play to end the inning. In and out of the glove on the 4-6 fielder's choice. And that leaves the runner stranded and leaves the Colts in front 2-0. We're headed to the bottom of the second here at Colt Field. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the second about to get underway here at Colt Field alongside Cameron Wilcox. I'm Zach Arnold bringing you this district game. And John Ethan working the behind-the-scenes stuff, helping us click commercials and monitor the scorebug. It's a great crew and a great night for baseball.
Yeah, going into this second inning, the bottom of the second here, we have a lineup coming up to bat here. Colin Murphy up first, leading off. Joel Gamez in the on-deck circle. And in the hole, Adam Tayara. First pitch. Inside curveball that didn't break for ball 1. Mark Ramos winds up again. Fastball down the pipe. Strike 1, 1-1.
Able to clip that outside corner there. So far, both pitchers have been getting those calls on the outside part of the plate.
Yes. As he delivers the third pitch of the at-bat for ball 2, another one where he tried to catch that outside pitch, but did not connect this time. Ramos delivers. It's fouled hard down the right field line. Foul goes on top of the school there.
Solid contact, just didn't have it squared up there. We'll see if he gets his timing better on the next pitch.
Yeah, I think he's ready now. Let's see if Ramos gives him an off speed, and he does. Where he foul tips it, ball comes out, throw to first, and that retires.
Murphy down on strikes. That's a drop third strike that Salgado popped in and out of his glove.
Unfortunately, as we have Gamez coming up to bat for his first at bat. Strong lefty coming in at the eighth spot.
It's good hustle by Murphy, just didn't quite leg it out on that drop third strike, but we've seen players get aboard that way before.
Here's the first pitch inside. He has to duck out of there, does Joel, for ball 1. It's a little bit inside as the righty-lefty challenge battle is up, as he throws another one inside low. I think he's trying to get inside on him, Zach.
Might be. Well, he's been going after that left-hand side of the plate, but for the most part, that's been outside to the righty hitters. now that Gomez is in that lefty's batter's box, it's looking like he's chasing him inside this time. So
Yeah.
Ramos is consistently attacking that part of the plate. It just looks more inside for the current batter.
It looks like he might be trying to set up something as Joel Gomez runs it out. Hit it hard to shortstop, and the shortstop makes a play on the ball.
Yeah, didn't
Unfortunately,
quite,
Lopez.
quite leg it out.
Yeah, Lopez, he made it look routine out there for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. As now we go to the bottom with 2 outs, as we have Adam Tayara coming up for his first at bat of the game, of the contest. Ramos pulls back and throws one hard. It's hit softly as a pop-up to the second baseman for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is Zadaran who takes that and finishes out the Colts lineup.
Colts go down quietly after sending 6 to the plate back in the first. They only send 3. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning as we head to the 3rd here on the Zap Network. We'll be back after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
The 3rd inning is presented by Field Ops. They do more than just field markings. They also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Kling can do by calling 817-908-2194. The 3rd inning presented by Field Ops.
Yeah, coming into this 3rd, Bustamante has got a really good grip on this game here as he goes into the bottom of the Sam Houston lineup. First up, Matthew Umanzor. On deck, Brandon Jimenez. And in the hole, Christian Zadaran.
Zadaran's not in the lineup. It'll actually go back to De La Rosa.
I apologize. Right, he's not hitting.
He's being DH'd for.
Exactly.
But it is 8-9-1, so they do have to get through these last 2 in their lineup. And then it's not like De La Rosa did that much. He struck out to start the ball game.
Right, as Bustamante attacks Umanzor, who hits the ball to Hercules. A high pop ball, handed, and he overthrows it. He tried to barehand it. He tried to barehand it and get it there quick. It was a high ground ball.
No, that was a really high chopper, and I feel like Umanzor was very, very close to making it. The scoreboard is showing an error. I guess we'll have to go with an E4 on the throw, but I think Umanzor would have legged it out even if the throw was good. I'm inclined to say infield single.
Yeah,
but I'll yield to the scoreboard here and say E4.
I'm with you on that one. I think that he would have legged that out anyway as Bustamante checks him as he delivers to the plate for strike 1. And you know, he's checking on Umanzor. He doesn't want him to get too big of a lead. Coming out of the stretch here. Throws a curveball outside and catches that corner like you said.
I said both pitchers are getting consistent calls on that left-hand side of the plate, and the batters at some point are going to have to adjust.
And now he has a pitcher's count, 0-2. Takes a look over the first, delivers to the plate. It's hit hard through the gap at first and second. As the throw comes in to second, it's cut off. And they check the runner at first.
That's a single for Jimenez, just a clean base hit to put 2 on with nobody out.
Right, we had Canal get it in pretty quickly so that the runners couldn't advance. This is the most trouble we've seen Bustamante in. And the thing is it was just something that threw his hands out there, put a little bat on ball, and Jimenez hits one right in the gap. Hercules is holding on second as they go for the throw. Low. It gets away from him, but it doesn't go anywhere.
So
It just dribbles out of the drive.
some nice rotation as Tyara came up the third baseline anticipating the bunt. And traditionally what Arlington's defense does is they show that rotation on the first pitch, and then the second baseman or the first baseman will approach when he actually comes to the plate. We'll see if AB charges the baseline next.
As Bustamante throws a hard pitch down the middle of the plate, and it's fouled off by De La Rosa down the left field side, making it a 0-1 count in this at-bat, his second at-bat. He struck out in his first at-bat, and I'm sure Bustamante is looking to help himself out here as he takes a look at second and delivers another fastball fouled back to the backstop for strike 2.
Yeah, you can bet that Bustamante would love a strikeout here in order to set up the potential for a double play with the next batter. Try to get out of the inning unscathed. 2 runs of support is great, but when the tying run is aboard, you got to fight for those outs a little bit harder.
Absolutely, as he stares down De La Rosa into his windup. Checking on second, delivers a high ball for ball 1. I like what he does there, though. He changes their eye. He changes their view. He changes their view. Doesn't give them anything good to hit on that 0-2 count. He delivers. Another one thrown hard. Foul to the backstop again. De La Rosa protects the plate.
Yeah, and that's all you can do with a 1-ball, 2-strike count is just try to find a way to keep your at-bat alive and see if you can find something you can put in play.
Yeah, he's choking up because that fastball was coming at him pretty quickly. He's choked up. He's stepping into his batter's box. As Bustamante shakes off the pitch, shakes off another pitch, shakes off another pitch.
He's got something in mind.
Shakes off another pitch.
He's got something he wants.
He steps off.
Yeah,
he didn't like what he was getting.
The coaches have a walkie-talkie in the ear of Axel Alvarado, and they're just not on the same page yet.
Oh, he wants that fastball. Told you. Strike 3.
Chipped into the glove, and
He's
that
like,
is.
don't mess around with me now. Let me go and get what I'm looking for. And he knew what he was looking for as he sits De La Rosa down for the second time of the day.
4th strikeout of the evening already for Bustamante, and it's only the 3rd inning.
As Marcos Lopez comes in for his second at-bat as he K'd in his first at-bat as well. Bustamante delivers a high breaking ball, but it didn't break. So it's ball 1. As he looks at his shortstop, they're looking at each other, trying to get some signals together. As Bustamante checks and throws. As they throw to first.
And he's back in time. Ball 2 at the plate, says the scoreboard.
Jimenez was paying attention over there. He's not getting too big of a lead. He's got a man in front of him, Usman Zor. So Bustamante, he doesn't like having those guys on base, I'm sure, as he goes into his windup for the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, which is hit hard down the left field line. Foul.
A good look by Gomez coming over from left field to take a look at it, but it just goes out of play.
Yeah, he was trying to chase it down. If it was anywhere in play, it looks like he was going to foot it down or track it down. As Bustamante gets back in there with a 2-1 count, 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd. Checking second. Delivers. Curveball. Down the line. Play at first. Gets the out at first. As the runners advance to 2nd and 3rd for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, Tyara had to charge at that chopper, and he didn't really have an opportunity to throw across his body over to second base. His only play was to get the guaranteed out over at first. So Lopez is retired on the 5-3, but there's 2 men in scoring position now for the pitcher, Mark Ramos, coming in with 2 outs, going to try to help his own cause.
Absolutely. With a man on 2nd and 3rd. Bustamante delivers a curveball. Call strike. That was a nice-looking curveball.
He's getting that outside corner.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure that he's mixing it up a little bit. At first, he was throwing a lot of fastballs, but now I think that he's gotten into a little bit of a rhythm where he's trying to get some of those breaking balls in as well. He checks, throws. It's hit high towards the right field line, and it's caught by Hercules.
Wow. In foul territory, the FO4 and the range from senior number 3 thwarts the Sam Houston threat. They leave 2 in scoring position as we head to the bottom of the third. Colts still ahead 2-0 when we come back here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe and Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
The sun is setting here at Colt Field, and while the temperature may be dropping, the action on the diamond is just heating up. To the bottom of the third we go, and it's the top of the Arlington lineup.
Yeah, we're leading off here with Danny Bustamante coming back in to get on base again. I mean, this time I think he's going to try and make it a base hit, of course. And then we have Gannon Howard coming right behind him, where he sacrificed bunted his first at-bat. And then, of course, the hitter, the hitter that we've been talking about, the hot hitter, Axel Alvarado in the hole.
Arlington has 2 college commits in their lineup, and it's the next 2 men up. Bustamante is committed to Grayson College up in the Whitesboro area of North Texas. And Gannon is committed to Clarendon College.
As Mark Ramos delivers, again, an outside curveball, painting the corner, that outside corner for strike 1.
You know, at least it's consistent.
At least it's consistent. I mean, you can't complain about that. One of these days, one of these guys is going to have to take it opposite field as he tries to catch it again. Unfortunately, it's a little bit outside of the umpire's liking for ball 1, making the count 1-1 to Bustamante. Ramos delivers, and it's fouled by Bustamante off of his shin, looks like.
Yeah, and
he doesn't want that bat anymore.
I think he's tired of the way that one feels in his hands, but he's also going to need a second to shake that one off. You know, no matter how much protective gear you can put on, no matter how much padding you may have in different places, somehow the ball always finds exactly the wrong spot to make contact with.
Well, he's got the one on his inside, on his lead foot to protect that foot, but it ended up hitting him on his back foot, on his back shin, and that's where he's kind of trying to muscle through it as he steps into the batter's box for this 4th pitch of the at-bat. Looking at a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to the right fielder. He's on his horse, back, under it, as he makes a routine out over in right field. That would have been Umanzor for the first out of the inning. That was unfortunate. He got under it a little bit too much, and I think that he might have been a little bit worried about that pain he was feeling in his back leg.
Might have been. Your balance can definitely be off kilter when you're nursing something that's a little sore like that. So probably did a little something to him, but still solid contact in spite of that.
Right, as something is going on here, a couple of different meetings going on.
We may be getting a different catcher, is what John Ethan is telling us.
Okay.
Do you see a number? Because it's supposed to be 14 that's behind the plate.
It looks like it's number 8.
Is there an 8 or a 6?
Yeah, or
so it's
Cortez.
It's either Cortez or Granado. I can't tell if it's a 6 or an 8 on that jersey.
I think it's an 8. I'm pretty sure it's an 8.
So there's a new catcher.
As
in
as
the spot
Gannon
of
Howard.
Salgado.
Yeah, as Gannon Howard steps into the batter's box and takes a high pitch for ball 1. Looked like a ball that didn't break. I wonder what happened. Maybe they're just changing things up a little bit. As Ramos delivers low and in the dirt for ball 2.
Our producer, John Ethan, over here seems to believe that maybe the catcher Salgado hurt his hand during one of the exchanges, and they needed to substitute him out to check on him.
Oh. Okay.
So Howard will foul that one back, and we'll try to confirm jersey numbers. I honestly can't tell. The back of his catcher's gear.
I think it's an 8. I think it's an 8. It's sticking out of there a little bit. That's Gannon Howard takes ball 3. 3-1. Yeah, Mark Ramos is in a little bit of a pickle here as he winds up and delivers. Gannon Howard fouls that one back to the backstop for a strike 2, making it a full count. 1 down. Making it a full count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Delivery. Payoff pitch hit hard to left field.
And that's fair. That's going to the wall.
As Jimenez tries to dive for it, and it gets through. Gannon Howard's rounding second. Coming in, slides into 3rd with no play.
Wow.
Hit that ball hard to left field. It looks like he was looking for that pitch.
Yeah, the left fielder, I believe that's Quintero out there in left.
Jimenez.
I've got Jimenez at third base.
Oh, I apologize. You're right, Quintero.
Quintero tried to make a play on it. It dropped underneath his glove and went all the way to the wall. De La Rosa was able to come up with the assist, but that's the wrong person that you want to have the ball get past you. As Axel sends that in for a base hit, and here comes Howard to score. I'm sorry, Cameron. That was just a big hit that happened right in the middle of the sentence.
It's not a problem at all. Like I said, Axel has a hot bat. He slides in for a double, and we see Frias come out to take his position again as pinch runner.
First baseman number 20, Abraham Alvarado.
2 pitches. It goes a triple to left field. Very next pitch of the next batter, it's a base hit, and it's 3-0 Arlington.
As we have AB come up to bat with a man in scoring position. I mean, he flew out last at bat, but this one, he's trying to hit it hard somewhere and bring that runner around as he takes the first pitch for a ball inside. 1-0 count, 1 down. Frias is taking his lead at second. I'm sure Ramos isn't liking this. As he delivers, it's hit hard to the left fielder. Quintero tries to track it down, and it's foul as he overruns it.
Not by much.
Yeah, he overran it.
Home plate umpire had to throw off his mask and immediately throw up his hands to signal foul because another foot, maybe less, and that's trouble in that coffin corner.
They had an opportunity to help Ramos out for the second out, and unfortunately Quintero, he comes up with another one where he misses the opportunity. He tried to make a spectacular play. It feels like he might be in his head a little bit on that fly ball because he saw it and he was waiting, And then he got on his horse because it was a little bit further to the line than he thought.
Yeah, I think he thought it was going to keep hooking and go completely foul, and then it turned into a bang-bang situation.
As this one is hit hard towards the center fielder now. He gets under that. The warning track is free as tags and moves over to third easily as the throw comes in late. So, I mean, Abe hit one hard to left field and actually had a little bit of a situation there where he got a second chance. He ends up moving the runner forward with the sac fly.
And Kernal got a single to right his last time up to plate another run. So we'll see what he can do here with a man 90 feet away.
As he takes the first curveball for a strike.
That one started high and then dropped in belt high at the last second. Good pitch.
Well, it looks like Kernal was taken. He was taken anyway on that first pitch. They've been working this lineup as he hits one to left field. The left fielder again does not catch up with it as it grounds, and Kernal scoots into second as he brings home Frias for his
second RBI.
Second RBI of the game.
That's a double to the left center gap. And now both Axel and Kernal 2 for 2 on the evening, both of them with singles and doubles and RBI.
That is amazing. As we bring up our DH, I mean, Corbin Quiros, 2 down, man in scoring position. In this last situation, he didn't do as well, but he's looking to redeem himself here against Ramos. First pitch, high and inside.
They're going to call a strike.
Well, he went around
I guess
with
he
the
went
bat.
around.
As he tried to duck out, he put his bat up and he went around, so they called it a call strike. I think he's ready now. He's got his attention. Ramos does. As he's in the stretch, he's getting the pitch. Delivery. Curveball. Hit hard to the shortstop, and it's through for a base hit. As Kernal comes around to easily score. As Quiros makes up for his first at bat, getting an RBI single to bring in the
Runner
fifth run.
Fifth run of the game.
Exactly.
5-0 as Arlington has plated 3 here in the third.
Ramos is still trying to work that count as he throws inside to our next batter, Colin Murphy. Here's the delivery. Low to Colin.
Scoreboard not correct out there. John Ethan's got the correct count of 2-0 as the umpire holds up his hand to signify it.
Exactly.
Sometimes the Zap scoreboard is a little more efficient than the one at the ballpark.
I think that happens quite a bit sometimes. Not taking anything away from anybody as Ramos helps himself out, making the count 2-2 with another outside pitch.
It's officially 2-1 now.
Oh, yeah, 2-1.
It was supposed to be 2-0.
Right.
So now they just leave the scoreboard as it is.
They just leave it as it is.
Leave it alone.
As Ramos throws over to try and catch Quiros not paying attention. He slides in safe, though, on the tag. Here's Ramos's delivery. Curveball as Quiros gets to second.
Stolen base.
Right. They're challenging all these catchers over here for the Sam Houston squad. Yeah.
That is, I want to say, the third stolen base of the ballgame.
Absolutely. I'm going to give it the third stolen base because we had one by Frias, we had one by Kernal, and now we have one by Quiros.
So that's a third stolen bag. And a hitter's count here to Murphy.
3-1. Ramos pitch. Hit hard.
Ooh.
Again towards the Sam Houston bench to the foul. Making the count full. 3-2. 2 down in the bottom of the third, where the Colts have already scored 3 runs and looking to build on that.
All right.
As Ramos throws another high pitch to Colin Murphy, awarding him first base on balls. So now we have a man on first, a man on second, 2 down in the bottom of the third, as Joel Game is coming up to see if he can add to this Colts breakout inning. As the umpire calls time. His first at bat was a 6-4 put out. They keep taking a break. I think Ramos just steps off. He's not liking what's going on, so he's taking his time as he goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Inside, fastball. He doesn't get that corner this time.
Must have been a little bit too low as well, because you're right. He's been attacking that quadrant of the plate and getting those calls. I just think it had the wrong elevation that time.
As we go to a 1-1 count.
I think it's 1-0.
I know what if
they're not, or they're just maybe they have premonitions.
I don't know.
Let's try to keep up with how it looks on Zap, because I think they've got it.
Yeah, it's 1-1. There they
should be
go.
1-1.
There they go.
Yeah, John.
They must not have cleared it out. Maybe we.
John Ethan's got it more accurately than the scoreboard out there does.
Here's the pitch. Hit hard to right field as it drops. And we have Quiros coming around to score for the 5th run of the game. For the 6th run of the game. Apologies out there.
Good piece of contact.
That was a good piece of contact. He hit that ball really hard. It was a line shot over the second baseman's head. Dropped right in front of our right fielder, Umenzor, who got the ball in as quickly as he could to prevent the runners from moving forward.
Yeah, the runner, Murphy, holds up at second base, but a little bit of a 2-out rally here as Arlington plates their 4th run of the inning.
As we go to our top of the lineup, I apologize. As we go to our last batter, Simon Hercules.
Tayara.
Oh, Adam Tayara.
Tayara's last one in the lineup, Hercules being DH'd for.
Yep. As he takes another ball, making the count 1-1. With a man in scoring position.
Now this is the 9th batter for Arlington. If Tayara makes it aboard, they'll have completely batted around and we'll go back to Bustamante.
Ramos is trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Curveball fouled. Out of play down the right field line for strike 2. Tiara, he had a fly out in his first, a pop-up in his first at-bat. He's looking to come through here and bring in another run for the Colts as he takes this pitch high for ball 2, making the count 2-2 with 2 outs.
Looks like Ramos is going to ask for another ball. I don't think that pitch went the way that he was expecting it to. So he's going to try to cycle it out and try to throw with something else.
Yeah, we saw Bustamante do the same thing. So maybe they're just kind of going through. He's kind of they've been hitting the ball hard against him.
They have.
So I'm not sure if he's losing confidence or if he's just not getting it in the placement where he wants it. Here's the pitch though, and it's dribbled down the third base line, foul, making the count or keeping the count 2-2.
You know, I think what's happening is he's throwing it where he needs to. He's putting it in the strike zone, but Arlington is timing their swings a little bit better than Sam Houston has so far, and they're putting it in play.
As he throws this one in for strike 3, curveball against Tayara, putting him down.
Caught him looking for strikeout number 3, and he finally gets out of the inning, but not before Arlington plates 4 in that 3rd inning, and we'll head to the 4th with a new score. Arlington 6, Sam Houston nothing. We'll be back with the continuation of this ball game in just a moment's time.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Back. The fourth inning of each Zap broadcast is presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information. During the break, we got confirmation that Salgado has indeed been subbed out for by number 8, Jorge Cortez. Jorge Cortez is the new catcher for the Texans. We'll see if he shows up in the lineup. If he does, he would be in that spot where Salgado was, which is the 6th spot. So we'll find out momentarily. Right now, it's the DH, Michael Soto, leading off the 4th inning.
Followed by Noah Borrego, as Soto takes strike 1 from Bustamante. Another fastball for strike 1. Here's the delivery. High for making it a 1-1 count. I mean, he has pretty good control, and like I said, he's been super confident. So here's the next pitch. Low, 2-1. He hasn't really gotten into a lot of trouble, and when he does, he depends on his placement here as he goes into his windup and delivers a hard pitch that's fouled off by Soto, making the count 2-2. Yeah, we've had 2 flyouts by Soto here today, and I know he wants to try and start the Sam Houston team off with a runner at the beginning of the 4th inning here, the top of the 4th, as Bustamante goes into his windup and throws a hard curveball.
He laid off of it.
Yeah, well, he check swung, but the first baseline umpire calls that a ball, making the count full for Bustamante. As he throws it low outside.
Called strike 3.
Oh, he called that a...
He rung him up.
Yeah, he did. Caught me. He caught me.
That is the 5th strikeout for Bustamante.
Retiring Soto for the 3rd time today. 2 flyouts and a K. As we bring up Noah Borrega out of the on-deck circle for his 2nd at-bat, as he takes the first pitch for strike 1 on the outside corner. Bustamante winds up. Hard pitch down the middle of the plate. I guess it was high for ball 1. Making the count 1-1. He throws another one on the outside plate. That gets called a strike. Strike 2 for Bustamante, making the count 1-2. He's going quick. As he gets another K on a nice curveball on the outside corner, which Borrega couldn't let go because they've been calling that a strike all day. He chases it outside for strike 3.
Catcher number 8, Jorge Cortez.
So this is Cortez batting in the place of Salgado.
Now that we found out who he is, he comes up and takes that first pitch for strike 1. In that last at-bat, that's where I thought that placement was, and he called it a ball. But this time he calls it a strike as Bustamante is in a rhythm now. In a rhythm now.
And dealing and feeling.
0-2 is the count to Cortez as he throws one high right past him for strike 3 in the 3rd out of the inning.
The 2nd time today that he has struck out the side in order and he's got a total of 7 on the night. As we see how these final innings unfold, Modern West invites you to see the difference that new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the sponsors of the ZAP 4th inning stretch. We'll be back right after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Wholesale changes for Sam Houston defensively. We're going to have to do our best to keep up with what's been changed because there's a new pitcher on the mound.
Which is number 8.
That's number 8, who was just catching.
Jorge Cortez.
So Cortez is now on the mound. So we have a new catcher in the form of number 2, which is Christian Zadaran. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of changes, folks. Keep up with us. Ramos has been subbed out for number 8. Okay, it sounds like Ramos switched Ramos to short. Cortez now on the mound.
Lopez to third.
Lopez moves from short to third. And number 2
is the catcher.
Zadaran is the new catcher.
And who moved over to second base?
Well, let's take a look at who's batting for Arlington. Whoever it is, he just took a look at strike number 1.
That was Bustamante, who's leading off for the Colts here.
Top of the order.
Top of the order as he takes strike 1. Ready for the next pitch, which is he's a sidearm pitcher, actually. He's a little bit of a, Christian Zadaran is a little bit of a sidearm.
Zadaran's the catcher. Cortez is the pitcher.
Exactly. They're mixing me up here. I apologize.
No. It's a lot.
Right. He's throwing really deep into a sidearm pitch here as he throws for ball 2 to the outside, making the count 2-1.
Jimenez moved from third to short. So I'll recap in between batters here.
Okay. As Bustamante fouls it down the left field line for strike 2, making the count 2-2. 0 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. As Bustamante steps in, here's the pitch. Low and outside.
Just a bit outside.
Right. That was he's been catching that all day. Making the count full, though. For number 8, Cortez. He delivers on the full count. Bustamante fouls it off into the parking lot. Protecting the plate here. Cortez stares him down, gets the pitch, goes into the windup, throws it hard down the middle, and it is fouled off. As Bustamante saw what he was looking for, but was unable to connect and put it into play. Full count here. I'm sure he's looking to get something going as he hits one hard down the left field line as our left fielder makes the play at the line.
That is still Quintero.
Right, I was going to make sure it was still Quintero.
I went and verified. All of the outfield is the same. Umansor is still in right. De La Rosa is still in center. Quintero is still in left. The new defense, Borrego remains at first. Jimenez at second. Ramos at short. Lopez at third. Zadaran behind the plate. Cortez on the mound. That was an F7 for Bustamante. And a hit by pitch that will award Gannon Howard the first base the hard way.
I apologize. I was trying to catch up here.
We're all trying to keep up with the wholesale changes.
As we get our hottest bat of the day here, one of our hottest bats of the day, Axel Alvarado, up to bat for his third at bat, as he had a single, a double, and now he's looking to bring in another run as Gannon easily steals second base. Easily steals second base for the fourth stolen base of the day.
Now with one out, Alvarado has a man in scoring position.
As he looks at a 1-0 count against Cortez. Kick, and he pokes one in the left field as it goes in the gap. As Gannon Howard motors around the corners and scores easily for the 7th run of the day. Another RBI single by Axel Alvarado.
First baseman number 20.
Not bad to have a 3-for-3 day with 3 RBI. It doesn't get more efficient than that. But you're right. That was just a tapper out there to left field, but he put it where the defense was not. Quintero was out of position, and Axel makes him pay for it.
Well, he just went with the pitch there. He just went with the pitch, you know, and he threw his hands out there, put the fat head of the bat on the ball, and just let the bat do the work. And it paid off for him as A.B. Alvarado comes in to see if he can move Frias over, who's already got a stolen base in this game.
Stolen base and a run scored.
And a run scored, absolutely. See if we can get another RBI out of this. As Cortez throws
outside.
A sidearm, another. He's a real deep sidearm pitcher.
He's a sidewinder. It's fun to see. Usually you see that out of left-handed pitchers. It's different to see it coming from a righty.
As he's got a quick kick too, as Alvarado fouls this one to the backstop for strike 1, making the count 1-1. Snake eyes. I'm gonna have a slam too. Is that okay, Zach?
Go for it. Everybody needs a gimmick.
As Frias takes a light lead, and he's gone. And he's head first in, no tag. His second stolen base of the game. I told you, he's really good on those bases. He knows what he's doing out there. He didn't necessarily even take a big lead. I mean, we're looking at the guys behind the plate here, and they've challenged every catcher to make them throw down a second. And I haven't seen them do it yet. As it's delivered and hit hard down the third base line. As AB moves over to second on the throw home by Quintero.
That was a really good throw by the left fielder, Quintero. Yeah. However, it does allow AB to advance. That's a single and then an advance on the throw. Right. And there's 2 guys in scoring position now for Payne Cornell.
Yeah, that's something where you're supposed to hit the cutoff on that. You got to hit the cutoff. But, I mean, what can I say?
With the speed that Arlington has, though,
that's what I was going to say.
I understand the decision, but it does put 2 men in scoring position now with only 1 out. They've been running hard from second base all night, so it's understandable.
And we know who's coming up now, Mr. Bring the Pain here, Payne Cornell. Here's the pitch.
Oh.
He took a big cut at that first pitch.
He chased at it. That one was a bit outside.
Yeah, he was a little anxious on that first pitch, but making the count 0-1. But he sees those ducks on the pond. He wants those RBIs. He's hungry for it right now. Go ahead and put this game out of reach. Here's the pitch. Thrown outside for ball 1. He laid off of that one. You know, Jorge's not necessarily getting the same calls as Ramos was getting. Maybe it's just because of his motion. He's got a quick kick, and he's deep in that sidearm pitch. As he throws it inside, And it's also still called a ball, 2-1.
See, and he tried to adjust it. He tried to take it from the outside quadrant, bring it more inside, and he's going at both corners.
And the umpire is not buying it. He's not buying what he's selling, I think. Here's the pitch. Hit hard. Woo!
Look out.
Yeah, they got a jump over there as Womack takes a jump forward. As those guys over in the dugout for the Colts have to get behind that barrier and make sure that they don't get hit over there as the umpire walks down to see if they can get another ball. That one was hit hard off the gate over there.
And that is why you always have to be paying attention during a baseball game, because you never know.
Yeah, taking a look down real quick, you're going to take a shot to the face.
Yeah, you can't be checking your Instagram notifications.
Not today. Not today. Not in either dugout is what they're saying. Yeah, Colonel, Payne hit that one really hard.
Yeah, you were talking about bringing the pain, and I think it ended up hitting a teammate. put that pain in the field of play, young fella.
Yeah, let's do that. I think he knew what he was going to throw. He had to. It was a hitter's count. He knew what he was going to throw. He tried to put it over the plate, and he tried to punish him for it. As we go to a 2-2 count, as Cortez delivers, and it's hit towards the left fielder. I mean, towards the right fielder, as the second baseman makes the play
home,
and he makes the play on a tag as AB moves over to the third.
Goodness gracious, that was shallow right field, but Frias tags up and scores anyways.
I told you. He is a smart base runner out there as Coach Womack sends him. Yeah, they're staying aggressive on that base path for the 8th run of the contest.
That's a fly out to
making it a sac fly.
That's a fly out to Jimenez. That was to the second baseman in shallow right field.
Right.
But Womack knew it had to be a perfect throw, and it wasn't, as Frias comes in for his second run of the ball game.
Yeah, Umanzor was on the charge, but base hit here by Corbin Quiros. He hits another one for a CNI single to the right fielder.
And that will plate Abe Alvarado to make it an 8-0 ball game. 9-0 now, excuse me.
Yeah, as Quiros picks up another RBI for the Colts, and as Colin Murphy steps in, and Cortez checks the runner at first. He's tired of them stealing on him, Zach.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
He's trying to figure out what's going on here. You know, he's got 2 outs. He's trying to get out of this inning. As he gets the sign and delivers a hard fastball to the outside for ball 1.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Yeah, Quiros, he made quick work of that first pitch and took it right on over to right field as Cortez looks like he's getting tired of getting tattooed here. Throws another one to the outside, which means he's going to have to bring that pitch inside. It's a batter's count.
He's going to have to bring it in, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to bring it in unless he wants to walk somebody.
He hasn't gotten the call on the inside yet, though, either.
He hasn't got it on the inside, and once he's thrown over the plate of getting as Quiros steals second on an overthrow.
It's a swing and a miss at the plate by Murphy, but it's another steal for the Colts.
And this is the thing. I mean, Murphy, his last at bat, he hit one hard for a CNI single. He's trying to get that runner in with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th here. As Quiros takes a sizable lead. Cortez delivers. Ball fouled down the right field line. Out of play.
By my count, and it's very unofficial because I've got crib notes all over the place, but I believe that's the 6th stolen base of the game.
I would have to agree. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Quiros again. That's his 2nd stolen base.
Yep.
Making it 6.
2 for him and 2 for Frias tonight.
As they make a play, that was a weird kind of turn to second base for Cortez.
Yeah.
As he's just checking the runner there. He did a pirouette here on the mound. as he checks second and delivers. The ball hit down the first baseline. Foul for strike 2.
Yeah, our visuals aren't always the best down that first baseline there. So my rule of thumb is the umpire always has the best view. So in certain cases, we may just have to watch the umpire in order to know for sure whether something's fair or foul. I know for sure when we do games over at Lamar's baseball field that is something we're going to have to do just based on where we are positioned because of the way that their grandstands operate.
Well, Borrego, he didn't look like he was ready for that. So here's the pitch. It's hit down the first baseline again. A soft grounder this time, out of play.
Yeah, when we play games over at Lamar, Cameron, if you end up being on one of those calls with me, the grandstands basically touch the backstop over at Lamar. And there's a little gap behind home plate, but that's where everybody goes for their concessions and such. So we have to go to the opposite side of the grandstands between the end of the grandstands and the dugout, and then position our camera behind home plate with a transmitter. So we'll be way up, pretty much where those two young women are on that right-hand side there.
Oh, as Colin Murphy takes strike 3 looking.
That will end the inning, but not before Arlington plates 3 more to extend their lead. We're up to a 9-0 Arlington advantage as we head to the 5th. You're watching high school baseball on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
Top of the 5th inning here at Colt Field. Arlington leads by 9 runs. If they plate a 10th run in the bottom of the 5th, then that will be game over. But we still have to get through this part of the Sam Houston lineup before we can discuss such matters. It'll be number 10, Angel Quintero, leading things off. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 spots in the Sam Houston lineup, and Quintero will lead things off with a hit by pitch that grazes off of his jersey. Bustamante throwing that one just a little bit too far inside.
Number 5, Matthew Umensor.
Umensor got aboard on what was credited an error on the scoreboard. I disagreed and said that it should have been an infield single, but we'll let Coach Womack make that decision on the box score when it's all said and done. Curveball drops in for a called strike 1 to Umansor.
That looks such a it's such a good looking pitch.
When he's got it working, it's a thing of beauty. They'll check on the runner Quintero over at first base.
Yeah, AB got on his got on his jumping shoes for that one.
He had to hop. 0-1 at the plate is now 0-2 as that crosses the knees.
Yeah, he's not skipping a beat.
He agrees, and he's going to check down over to first, and the runner is back in time. Across town over at the ballpark at Bowie, Martin with a 4-0 advantage going to the bottom of the 5th. Cameron, you and I are going to be on the call for that game on Friday as well. So that'll be one for us to maybe go back and listen to so that we're apprised of the return match that'll be taking place over at Martin Warrior Field. The 0-2 home is a bouncer that is dug out by Axel. Quick tap of the chest as Busta says, my bad.
Yeah, sometimes you got to make them chase, especially when they got dirt here. I like it when you throw it in the dirt on an 0-2 count.
Kicks up a little dust.
Yeah, make them chase it.
Swing and a miss. The
And
throw down
him.
to second base. Did they get the tag?
Oh,
They
yeah.
did.
Oh, yeah.
They strike him out, throw him out, will clear the bases and put 2 away.
I think they saw the Colts making all those steals against them. They say, let's try that catcher once.
That
was a
not
mistake.
work, as that is strikeout number 8 for Danny Bustamante to take us to Brandon Jimenez. That's a great strikeout and a great throw by Axel Alvarado to get the lead runner and put 2 away for your pitcher. Just a bit outside. Tries to paint the corner with the heater brush.
Yeah, Menes, he had a nice little base hit in the his last at bat. Let's see what he does today on this one.
In the air, headed for shallow left field. 2 players calling for it, but it'll be Murphy who collects the F6 and out number 3. Arlington needs just 1 run in the bottom half of this inning to send us home early. Can they do it? We'll find out next here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Pitching change between innings means a new pitcher came down the pipe. And if your pipes break, be sure to call Caleb Renfro at Pipe and Peak Plumbing at 817-807-7069. New pitcher for the Texans, number 15, Ryder Nordskog. Nordskog on the mound. Sounds like a character from How to Train Your Dragon.
I was thinking that. I
Like a-
don't
that's a-
necessarily mean
that's a-
that movie, but
that's a Viking name if I
that
ever
is
heard
a Viking name. I mean, we got a Hercules, we got a Thor, we got a Norskog.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
The district is full of great Nordic names. Arlington leads by a score of 9-0, and it's 10 after 5 for the run rules at this ball game. So
He's kind of got a little bit of a weird wind-up, too. Not trying to be judgy or anything. It's
a
just
different approach.
a different approach.
An unconventional approach. There's all kinds of ways we can frame it, whatever. It'll be Joel Gomez leading things off. He got a single to right field and an RBI his last time up. And it'll be Adam Tayara and Danny Bustamante, the next 3 guaranteed an at-bat here today. First pitch is across the plate for a called strike 1 from Nordskog. Next pitch from the righty. Can't quite find the zone, and that'll move the count to 1-1.
Yeah, Joel looks like he has a real open stance. He's looking to pull this ball, I'm sure. If he gets something to the inside, he's going to hit it hard down that first base line.
He'll get a called strike at the knees there, and it'll move his count to a ball and 2 strikes.
He was disappointed with himself. Did you see that?
He shook his head a little bit. That was his
he did.
pitch.
Yeah, he was like, I missed it. But it's all good. He's got another chance here.
The 1-2.
And there's his chance right to Borrego. And we'll give him the 3 unassisted.
Yep.
You were mentioning earlier that some of those hot shots down there looked like Borrego wasn't ready for it. That time he was.
Yeah, and I told you, he's going to hit it hard down that first base line with that open stance. And as soon as he got a pitch that he liked, he hit it hard, and it was right to the first baseman.
So there'll be Adam Tayara, 0 for 2 on the evening. Way outside there. If Gomez was still in the batter's box, he might have been hit there. Fans, join the chat section and let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll try to give you a shout out before this game comes to an end. Love to know where you're tuning in from and if you're watching Sam Houston or Arlington. Either way, we appreciate the support tonight. 2-0. Chopper foul up that first baseline, and it's 2-1.
Right, he's not as deep as Cortez was with the sidearm, but he's kind of got a sidearm delivery as well. But he's real smooth with it. He looks like he changed his pace really well.
2-1 to Tayara. Inside, and it is now 3-1. Had to suck in the gut a little bit there. Three balls and a strike. Nordskog delivers. Swing and a miss. Tayara was going for the fences on that cut, and it's a full count.
Yeah, that was a big cut there. He connected. It was going somewhere. It looks like he's going to jump off that bat. I've seen him hit one hard. Let's see what he's got on this full count.
Payoff pitch. And he's going to clip the corner for a called strike 3.
That's his second K of the day. Going down looking, I know that hurt.
Back to the top of the order with Danny Bustamante. Reached on an error and then 0 for 2 since then. Both of those pieces of contact have gone to the outfield, though. We'll see if he can make contact here in this one. Trying to finish the game off here so that he doesn't have to go back to the mound. And he'll take a look at a ball inside that bounces in and out of the glove of the catcher, Christian Zatarain.
Looks like Coach Womack had a couple of words of encouragement for Tayara over there.
Ball 2 is issued away. And in a game like this with a score like this is a great opportunity for coachable moments.
Absolutely.
What your approach needs to be at the plate. How can you improve for the next district contest? It's a great coachable moment. Corner gets clipped. Bustamante shakes his head in disagreement as the count moves to 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he's a good hitter up there. He's opening up, too. He's going to take that inside pitch.
As soon as he gets an inside pitch.
I know. They're going to.
They're pitching away from him, and the count moves to 3-1.
They want to make sure they hit that outside corner, boy. They've been getting it all day, and a couple of these pitches, they're close.
Pitcher's count. Pitcher versus pitcher is going in the way of Nordskog there.
That was, like I said before, that was a change of pace pitch right there, where he speeds you up, slows you down.
And cross you up, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Full count now, 2 outs. Payoff pitch. And he lays off of it for ball 4.
He tried to get the same pitch he got against Tayara.
Yep.
With that outside corner. Unfortunately, it was a little bit further outside than the previous at-bat.
So now there's a man aboard for Gannon Howard, who has reached in his last 2 plate appearances, including a triple to left field.
He's a hot bat today, too.
He'll take a look at a called strike 1 here.
I think he knew that was coming. Nice little off-speed pitch that drops in for a strike.
Bustamante running for himself. He is the pitcher. He could be issued a courtesy runner, but he's going to choose to run for himself. He's off and going here. It's a hit and run as that one goes to the gap. There's nobody covering first base, and Gannon Howard is going to make it safely as Bustamante scampers over to third. That's an infield single that puts runners on the corners for the Colts.
For our man of the hour. Axel Alvarado.
The hottest bat in the lineup, a 3-for-3 evening with 3 RBI. Axel Alvarado has the opportunity to walk this ball game off in a run rule with Bustamante 90 feet away from finishing this game.
He's definitely trying to go 4 for 4.
Oh, he definitely does. A single to left and an RBI, a double to right center and an RBI, a single to left and an RBI. And he takes a look at ball 1 here.
Makes you want to yell out, let's get a big hit, big hitter. Big hitter.
The unfortunate burden that we bear as broadcasters.
Right.
Strike is called, and now the runner is going, and they will let him take second base on defensive indifference. That does not count as a stolen base since they did not try to throw him out. They recognized that if any part of that exchange got muffed, that would end the ball game as Bustamante would come home. So it's a ball and a strike now to Axel, and he's going to pop this one up. Headed for left field.
It looks like it's trouble.
3 players converging, and the shortstop is able to make the grab. Ramos coming over to collect the F6, and Axel is retired to end the inning. So Arlington unable to get that final game. Head to the 6th inning with the Colts ahead by 9. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Took a moment for Axel Alvarado to go put his catcher's gear on, but he is back out to help Bustamante finish up his warm-up routine. As we continue to warm up our voices, I think my voice is pretty warm at this point.
Yeah, I think Frias was a little bit upset in that last at-bat. He didn't get to get in and get him another stolen base.
Oh, if Axel got the base hit, game's over.
Yeah,
Frias
I know.
wouldn't have come in anyway.
Yeah, I
feel you. Like,
yeah.
Frias has been very active on the base paths tonight.
Right.
And Sebastian De La Rosa has been pretty active in center field with a couple of big catches, but unfortunately has not been as productive at the plate. He'll lead off the top of the 6th as the top of the order. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts as he faces Bustamante for the 3rd time and takes a look at ball 1 high.
Yeah, Bustamante's has got his number. Let's see if that continues.
Fouled out of play, and the count moves to a ball and a strike.
I was listening for a windshield out there.
Sometimes Randy Russ, the PA guy, will do sound effects that sound like breaking glass.
Oh, yeah.
And that always makes me nervous. I'm like, dude, my car is out there. I don't need that extra anxiety. That one's fouled off. It has come all the way back full now, 3-2 to De La Rosa. Blew that fastball right by him. 3 straight strikeouts at the expense of De La Rosa, and 9 total on the night for Bustamante.
De La Rosa's got to be hurting inside right now. Three times up at the plate and 3 Ks.
Lopez will take a look at a curveball in at the knees for an 0-1 count. Grounded out to third base his last time. 0 for 2 on the evening, also one of Bustamante's strikeout victims. Swing and a miss there.
There's that beautiful curveball you were talking about.
And it doesn't look like he's getting tired.
Oh, not at all.
We're into the 6th inning, and he's pitching just as efficiently as he was in the first.
If not stronger.
Fastball, he's behind on it and fouls it out of play. And it stays 0-2.
I wonder what his pitch count is right now, because he hasn't went deep into any of these at-batters.
Very few.
Right.
Very few. They know what his pitch count is upstairs, as they have to monitor it, but we don't have a monitor down here, unfortunately. Crossed him up, got him swinging. Lopez is retired, and that is double-digit strikeouts for Bustamante.
And you know how he handled him? Kill him with the curve.
Yep. So it'll be Mark Ramos, who has fouled out and struck out in his last 2 plate appearances. Ooh, fastball in at the eyeballs. Inches away from Ramos's nose, and it's 1-0.
I heard that one. He threw that one so hard, I heard it.
I felt the wind of that one from back here. The 1-0 pitch is chopped foul to make it 1-1.
Yeah, like you said, he's very reserved up there. Like he's reserving his energy. He's not overthrowing. He's putting the ball in the places he wants to put him in, and he's being very efficient. If I could use any other word, I would, but efficient is
That's back up the middle, and it's past Hercules, and that is a base hit out into shallow center. That's the first base hit he's given up in quite some time.
Since the first inning,
I believe that's only the 2nd hit that he's given up all game. Ramos reaches on a single to center field. The only one I'm seeing is a single by Brandon Jimenez. Chopper to first. AB's got it, and he'll step on the bag. And that runner is all for naught as Soto swung at the first pitch he saw, and the inning is over. Well, it's still 9-0. Arlington has another chance to walk things off in run rule fashion when we come back for the bottom of the 6th here on the Zap Network. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Colt Field. Arlington had a runner at third in the form of Danny Bustamante. Unfortunately, he was left stranded. So it will now be the 4, 5, 6 spots in the Arlington lineup to try to finish this game off. It'll be the first baseman, Abe Alvarado, who got a single to left and scored a run. He'll be followed by Payne Kernal and Corbin Quiros. Nordskog got a pretty efficient inning, got out of a jam in his
appearance last inning, and he'll throw strike one here to AB. AB sends that one to left. That's deep. That is carrying. That is off of the wall. Feet away from being a game-ending home run, but he'll settle for a stand-up double.
I apologize. I you hit that that was such a hard hit ball. Yeah, that was a hard hit ball right there by AB.
So now a solid base hit by Payne Kernal could be what ends the ball game, as there's a man in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Kernal will take a look at ball one inside.
He's had a day at the plate as well, so.
Single and a double. Runs scored, a few RBI. Takes a look at a called strike here, and it's 1-1. AB being covered over at second base by Jimenez, who slid over there from third base during our wholesale changes a couple of innings ago. And that one is going to be too far inside. Did that go behind his back?
I didn't necessarily
exactly
see.
where
I
that
thought it
went.
was in front of him, very high, and the catcher just missed it. But it could have went right behind him.
I couldn't tell for sure from our vantage point, but it's 2 balls and a strike either way. He's going to chop this one to short. Tough play. Ramos has to fire it across, and he gets it in time. AB is going to skitter over to third base, and the game-winning run is now 90 feet away after the 6-3 putout of Payne Kernal.
Designated hitter number 24, Corbin Quiros.
Corbin Quiros is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a couple of RBI and a couple of stolen bases. A base hit here ends the ball game. The entire Sam Houston defense is playing on the lip of the grass. That's a base to first, and Alvarado is back in time. I believe you've been muting me during this ball game, Cameron, because I didn't see my audio bouncing over there. We talked about you being the number 2 headset, and I think we still got our headsets crossed. It is what it is. 2 away now as Quiros is retired. Ball 1 low and away to Colin Murphy. AB representing the game-ending run. Chopper. It's going to be a tough play to first. Who's going to get there? Nobody, and that will be the ball game. An infield single for Colin Murphy plates the 10th run as AB comes around from third. And they are going to contest this. Coach Perez coming out of the first base dugout. They are saying that perhaps there was interference, or perhaps it was a bang-bang play that was won by Sam Houston. Big call here about whether it's going to extend the game or not. And they will indeed confirm out, which takes the run off of the board and will force us to play the 7th inning. Coach Womack is now pleading his case as to how that call could have been made.
Right.
Safe was originally signaled for, and then Coach Perez made an appeal, and now the confirmation from the meeting of the minds
is out.
They're saying
at
he's
first.
safe. They're saying he's safe. They're saying he's safe. They're going back and saying
Are
that
they
he's
going
safe.
back and saying safe?
That's what they're saying he's safe.
This is a very confusing way to end the ball game.
Well, I don't understand how it was interference.
I don't think there was any interference.
The only interference would have been with his own player.
Right. So I don't think interference is going to be the call. And I think they may have made a mistake by coming out of that conference and saying out when they meant to say that the call on the field stands.
Right.
Which the original call was supposed to be safe. So to clear up any confusion, that will indeed be the ball game, as I guess they are very eager to clean up upstairs. They already closed the window. That's not a great look visually for us. We may have to talk to them about that. Colin Murphy will get the victory as he plates the game-winning run on the infield single. And the winning pitcher, obviously, Danny Bustamante, going the complete game and collecting 10 strikeouts on just 2 hits allowed. That's as solid of a pitching performance as you could ask from your senior, Cameron.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we talked about at the top of the program here. He had to come out with with an outstanding game, and that's exactly what he did. He struck out the first 3 batters. He did that twice in the game, and then he only went through the lineup, I want to say twice.
He was going into the 3rd time with the first 3 or 4 batters. So, yeah, there were only a couple of rounds for some of the bottom of the order, but that will indeed be the final margin tonight, a 10-0 run rule victory on a controversial call at first base. But that should not take away from the up and down performance by the Arlington lineup. Gannon Howard with a triple and a single, Axel with a 3-for-4 evening, Abe with a single and a double on a 2-for-4 outing, Corbin Quiros with a couple of base hits. This was a top-to-bottom performance by the Colt batting order tonight.
Absolutely, and then, like we talked about before, Frias, he ran the bases well. Coach Womack had him down there at 3rd after he had stole a couple bases, and had him down there at 3rd, bringing in that 7th run on a sacrifice, basically pop-up.
Yep. Yeah, it went to shallow right field, and I don't think anybody from Sam Houston's defense was anticipating it, and Frias took advantage of it.
As well as stealing the bases on the catchers. They had 3 different catchers in there, and they didn't get one put out at second base on a throw.
Yep. It was a tough time defensively for Sam Houston as Arlington takes care of business with a 10-0 final. The postgame show is presented by John Wade Roofing. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was the team MVP in '76. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs, gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Cameron, any final thoughts before we call it a night tonight?
All I want to say is he had that curveball working. When it was time for him to overpower batters that he knew that he was stronger than, he threw that fastball right on past him. 10 strikeouts is a dominating performance. And then, like you said before, RBIs came plentiful when there were runners on the bases. When Arlington had scorers in running position or runners in scoring position, they came home.
Yep. And that's what you need to do to pick up a complete victory, which is just what the Colts did tonight. They're back in action at Sam Houston on Friday. My pops Doug will be on the call, and he'll be there with Jot Holly and one of our other interns, Alex, and they'll bring you all of that return game scheduled for Friday. Cameron and I will be over at Martin High's Warrior Field for the return match between Martin and Bowie. That game is currently in the 7th inning with Martin ahead 5-0 on the Volunteers. So be sure to tune in to both of those games coming up this weekend here on the Zap Network. But that is going to do it for us tonight here at Arlington High School. For John, Ethan, and Cameron, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We'll see you all again real soon. But until then, we hope that you all have